What's going on, everybody? Ryan Pineda here. I'm joined by my former student and now business partner, Brian Davila. And today we wanted to share with you how mentorship has impacted our lives. I know that having the right mentors have drastically changed my trajectory, and I know having the right mentors have changed his because I've mentored him, so I like to think that I did a decent job. But I'll let you start off, dude. Like, who was your very first mentor and how did it impact you?
All right, so my very first mentor was Craig Tan. He's a real estate broker here in Las Vegas. And he took me under his wing. I had no real estate experience. He taught me the basics of how to help people buy and sell real estate. And then I connected with you in 2018, and you taught me about buying real estate as rentals and how to fix and flip property.
Well, the one thing I'll say with you is you were already a super successful realtor when I met you. You were doing, hundreds of thousands a year in commissions. On top of that, you were already like one of the top agents at your brokerage. And so adding the investing piece to your belt wasn't as hard as it might be for a new person. But long story short, I remember Brian reached out to me in 2018. I didn't have any products, any coaching or anything. He's like, coach me. How much for one-on-one coaching? I'm like, I don't do that, dude. I'm not going to do it. And he just kept nagging at me. And finally, I released a course, and he was like the first person to buy it. And then after that, I launched my very first workshop, and he was the first person to sign up. And I'll never forget it because we met for the first time after, talking so much in DMs and stuff. And then I just got to see you that next year in 2019 crush it. So tell me a little bit about what it was like after that workshop. What'd you end up doing that next year?
That next year in 2019, I ended up doing around $500,000 just from flipping and wholesaling.
And that was strictly from what you learned in the course and just the workshop I held.
100%.
I wasn't coaching you. I wasn't doing any of that. And then you got into the coaching program in 2020 when I launched it.
Yes.
And then how'd you do last year?
Last year with COVID, it was slower than I wanted, but I still did around $750,000 in revenue.
And that's just with your flipping and wholesaling business. Wasn't counting the realtor stuff.
No.
Like, that's crazy. And guys, if you're watching this and you think that if you just joined my coaching, you're going to make $500,000 the next year, do not think that. Like, that's very exceptional. Yeah. And he already had so much experience going into it. It was just some like little tweaks.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of what the best type of mentors provide. It's not like we had to overhaul everything you were doing. It was just like tweaks.
You opened my mind to how to not just be a realtor, how to look at situations through an investor lens so I could make more deals with the same amount of leads.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you too, for me, I started out as a realtor as well. And unfortunately, I didn't have like a go-to mentor or anything when I started out. My mentor was like bigger pockets and just listening to the podcast. That was how I learned. But eventually, as I tried to scale my business, I hit this plateau of, I can do flips, but I have no idea how to run a company or an organization. And that's where I started hiring mentors and joining masterminds. So one of the best things I ever did was hire my good friend now, Gary Harper from Sharper Process. And he came into our office, showed us exactly how to structure a company, how to hire people. And now we build out all of my companies the same exact way. And that's actually why we're now business partners.
100%.
When I decided I wanted to take real estate education to the next level, I knew that I can only take it so far because my time is very limited. I'm filming content a lot and, I'm coaching and creating courses and all these things. So running the day-to-day is not something I have the time to do. And Brian came up to me, this was in like November, I think. And you came up to me and you said, Ryan, I want to coach people, especially like the new people starting out, because I know what it was like being a new person and it's changed my life. Like, I want to give back to other people. And you asked me pretty much, what should I do? Should I start my own thing, whatever? And I was like, man, we don't really have a coaching program for new people yet. Like, why don't we just partner up on it together? Like, we'll start this program, you'll be the coach of it, show people this experience, teach them all the fundamentals. And we launched that together, the rookie coaching program back in February. And now we've got over 200 something people in it in just a month. Like, it's crazy how many people like you're impacting on this level. How's that been?
It's been amazing. I think watching people's lives get changed for me is very gratifying. We already have more than a handful of students that have gotten their first deal, and we've
in just a month.
Yeah, it's been open for a month. So
yeah, that program's been an amazing success. I mean, to see people get deals within the first month of learning the business is crazy by itself. And I think it's a testament to how well you're training, these students. And I think they like love you, they're the rookie coaching program. And so, their like nickname is Rookie Squad.
Yeah.
And so anytime you and I do a video together, I'm sure like in the comments right now, you're going to see Rookie Squad because they just love Coach Brian.
Yeah.
And
I love them.
Yeah. How rewarding is it like teaching now?
For me, it's more rewarding than flipping houses myself because I really genuinely like to help people.
Yeah.
So I feel like my goal is to help transform their lives.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we're doing.
Yeah. No, I agree. So if you guys are watching this for the first time, or maybe you've been a subscriber to my channel and you have no idea, we actually have 2 coaching programs. We have the program we're talking about right now, which is our rookie coaching program. That's led by Brian right here. It's for people who are just trying to learn the business, who probably have never done a deal or maybe done a couple of deals. And as we just said, more people are getting their first deal than ever in just a month. And then we have the All-Star Coaching Program, which is what I lead and which is what I've trained Brian under. And that's for people who are a little more advanced, people maybe who've already done deals, looking to scale their business. And, we got a whole bunch of other things with that program as well. So we'll link to both of those down below so you guys can check them out if you're interested. But the one thing I'll say is being a teacher for the last bunch of years and for trying to teach people on YouTube, it's held me to a higher standard. I don't know if you feel that way, but like, I feel like I have to constantly be learning and constantly getting better because if I'm not, then my students aren't.
Yeah.
Have you felt that way since you started?
Yeah, and it makes me like have to know what I'm talking about. I can't just guess. And I want to make sure that I have every part of my business, in order. So that way I could set the example.
And that's actually what happened to me. The reason I didn't want to coach people back when you were first asking me is because I didn't feel like I was ready yet. Even though I was having success, I didn't feel like I could properly articulate how I was having the success, to other people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, I met Gary and I had my other mentors and, I started building out these other businesses that I was like, all right, I've done this enough times. Like, I know how to help other people build businesses too.
Yeah.
And I've just had a blast, helping people grow and just seeing your success in your own real estate business and then seeing you become a business partner now.
Yeah.
Like that's the ultimate form of like, man, your student is now your partner in something. So that's humbling for me.
Yeah. And my goal is to get one of these rookies and bring them up to be another millionaire.
Yeah.
That's one of my main goals is to create another millionaire in the rookie program.
And that's not easy. Creating a millionaire from, the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who maybe doesn't have a lot of money and, that's what I want to see. I would guess, because you weren't a millionaire when you met me.
No.
So, you're like my first millionaire, maybe.
Yeah. I would
Somebody else might have beat you though.
Who?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but we'll go with you're my first millionaire. That's actually the title of this video. Meet Brian Davila, my first millionaire.
100%. And I'm grateful for that. All right. Can I ask you a question?
All right.
Why do you think some people are scared to get a mentor or they're scared to invest in a coach?
Well, I think those are 2 different questions. So as far as why are people scared to get a mentor, I would say most people are scared that like they're going to get scammed. I mean, that's pretty much what I think the answer is. It's hard to know who to believe on the internet today. That's why I try and be as transparent as possible. Like if you ever watch my videos about how much money I'm making or these flips and all these things, it's like to be transparent to show you that, hey, like this is all legit. When I show my office, when I show P&Ls and these things, I'm just trying to have transparency because most gurus and people teaching don't do that. Yeah. So I would look for somebody who has transparency, if you're scared about the mentor. But the second part of investing in a mentor, I think that's just a mindset issue. I was the same way. Like I did not learn by, paying a mentor up front. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, I'll just learn from Bigger Pockets and podcasts and all this stuff. And you quickly realize that, that can teach you like some things, but there's still so many unanswered questions. Yeah. And it's not like I can go to the podcast and be like, hey, how should I do this? Yeah. It just doesn't work out that way. But when you have an actual mentor that's a soundboard, or you're in a community of people where you have a bunch of different soundboards and you have like somebody you trust to give you the right advice, that to me is the most important thing you got to realize when you're investing in a mentorship. It's way different than, all the free stuff that you can get. The free stuff is good, but when you start paying the right person, things change.
All right, I have one more question. You're already successful. Why do you still pay for coaching?
I don't know everything. That's what it comes down to. Like, I wish I knew everything, but there's still so many things that I can improve, especially when I'm trying to do something I've never done before. For instance, if I'm trying to go buy commercial real estate, which I am because I'm starting a fund, do you think that I would be the guy you talk to about commercial real estate? No, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it at a high level. So I'm paying coaching to go learn the commercial game, the multifamily game way better.
But can't you learn on YouTube?
I don't think I'm gonna learn how to buy a 1,000-unit building for YouTube, but I need to go to the guys who've actually done it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too, I realize that you can always get money back, but you can never get time back. So could I go figure out how to go buy the 100-unit apartment on my own? I definitely could, but it's gonna cause me a lot of time. I'm probably actually gonna lose money on that deal that if I would have just paid the coach to tell me what to do, I would have saved that money and saved the time and all that. So I've just realized that taking the shortcut is always worth it.
Yeah. And that's why I bought your coaching, because I was already a real estate agent. I could have went on YouTube and tried to figure it out, but I value my time a lot. So if I could speed up the process of learning, I'm going to do that.
Well, let me add one thing to this. So if you're still with us on this video, I'll be crystal clear about my YouTube content. Most of it is very surface level stuff.
Yeah.
You'll agree, what I teach in the program, right?
Yes.
It's way more in depth. And I would love to talk to everybody on YouTube about all the things we talk about in the program. But here's the reality. It's not that I'm trying to hold anything back. It's that YouTube wouldn't push it.
Yeah.
It would not get views talking about all the deeper things we talk about in real estate because it's just not to a big audience. I have to talk about basic things on YouTube because that's the majority of the audience.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're gonna really see the deep stuff on YouTube and these other places anyway because it just doesn't get views.
Yeah. And I think also it's not about what you're teaching because, for example, when I run into a problem, I could reach out to you and get that problem fixed instantly.
Right.
I can't go on YouTube and, search up my
Well, that's what
my
I was
problem.
saying. That's what I was saying earlier. I can't just go call up the podcast and be like, "Hey, I got this issue. What should I do?"
Yeah.
You know. So that is where coaching comes into play. And I just think that anyone who tries to learn everything by themselves is really doing themselves a disservice because it's so much easier just having the expert help you and tell you what to do.
100%.
But anyways, dude, as we wrap up, I just want to say I'm super excited to have you as a business partner. I'm excited for what's to come with the rookies. I'm excited for, your career as a real estate investor and what we're able to accomplish together. So props to you for pushing me to make this even bigger, man.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
and thank you for everything you've done for me and helped transform my life.
For sure, man. So if you guys aren't already, make sure you guys are following Brian. We'll link to all his stuff below. Make sure you're following this channel and everything else that we're doing. We're going to also link below all of those coaching programs that we talked about. I hope that you guys invest in mentorship because it is well worth it, no matter if it's mine or somebody else's. Invest in yourself. That's the big thing. So anyways, that's all I got. Peace.